The Oklahoma City Thunder are in the conference finals, which debuted last night in the NBA. The final four of the NBA. People can't really name too many members of the Oklahoma City Thunder other than SGA. 9 out of 10 people surveyed can't name the coach of the year. 6 out of 10 players around the league view the Thunder as, this is anecdotal, of course, as the best team in the league by far. And what you're seeing every time they play is that the thought of beating them 4 out of 7 times is almost impossible to comprehend. Now, you go to a game 7, the last round against the Denver Nuggets, and David, the Denver Nuggets took them to 7 games, but they didn't win. So my statement stands, which is beating them 4 to 7 times is going to be very difficult. The Minnesota Timberwolves go into the series believing they're that team. They've got a system. They're a little bit like the Boston Celtics in that they view that taking 3-point shots, that's the way to go. They believe that they've got Anthony Edwards, who is the Jason Tatum of Minnesota. They believe with the size of Rudy Gobert, the defense of Daniels, the power forward throwback to the days of yesteryear with Julius Randle, the outside shooting of DiVincenzo. You put it all together, and they've got a team that can't lose 4 to 7 games. When you get 2 teams to play each other like this, who do you think has the advantage? There's a very simple rule in sports that you should always follow. The best player is going to be on the best team, and the best defense. If you've got 2 teams who think they're the best, find the best player, period, SGA. Find the best defense, OKC. That's generally why you're going to see me picking the Thunder to go to the finals, why I picked the Thunder to win last night's game, and tell you that letdown, the reason why they're not going to have a letdown is the way they are built. You'll hear debates, once people stop debating and trying to get clicks with Reese and Clark and RG3 and Ryan Clark and all the stuff that people are screaming at the top of their lungs for and about. When you start looking at the game and think about what the Oklahoma City Thunder did in putting together their team, it is what every front office in every sport should be focused on. If you can find a way to get, and this is a big lift, but someone who is an MVP caliber player, he may win this year, SGA, but I'm talking about consistently in the MVP conversation. Then you put players around, and it's not the big 3. Can you name the big 3 of OKC? Does it remind you of the possibility of the days of Wade, James, and Bosh? Or what Philadelphia tried to do with George and Maxey and Embiid, or the Clippers with Harden and Leonard and George? The reason why it doesn't work is the Oklahoma City Thunder decided that they were going to zig while the rest of the league zagged. And what they zigged into was role players, all of whom alone, not good enough. But when you put a team together where the sum of the parts is greater than the sum of the parts, you have found something. The reason that I have a ring and we won a World Series is that we put together a team whose sum was greater than the parts. We put together a team where if you look at every player individually, you'd say, well, that is a centerpiece. Pudge Rodriguez or Miguel Cabrera. But then around him are people who are so good together. Could they lead other teams? Likely not. Julius Randle can't be the number 1 of a team. You have Anthony Edwards. The Williamses, they're not going to be number 1s. Chet Holmgren, he's not going to be number 1. Think about what the Thunder do to you. If you have time to watch one of the games, You're going to say it's boring. You're going to say that you don't appreciate it. But I'd like you to sit and watch a game and enjoy the fact that they can play a half against a team like they did against Minnesota in the first half, where Minnesota says, we got this. We're in the game. We're up a few points. Meanwhile, Minnesota has not been shooting well. The Thunder was only shooting 37%. But then they come out in the second half and the Thunder shoot 62%. That's it. You can't defend against that. You can't win that. The final score last night was 114-88 because they won the second half. They outscored them by 30 points, a complete blowout. This year's playoffs, you may say, hey, these blowouts are happening all the time. Well, this was a one-half blowout, not a full game blowout. Just know, if you are the Minnesota Timberwolves and you are meeting today, when you do a practice and look at video, how the analytics people aren't telling Minnesota, very simply, if you shoot 45 or more threes against the Thunder, you're going to lose. Period. Teams are 2-18 when attempting 45 or more threes. The Timberwolves went 15 for 51. What does it mean? It means you've got to drive to the basket. You've got to try to get through that defense. You've got to not let them swarm you the way Murray did with the Nuggets, the way Edwards did with Alex Caruso, who's all over him playing defense that reminds me of days of yonder of the 90s in the NBA. The Thunder are rolling. And once you win game one at home, the Thunder win 66% of their playoff series. The problem is when the T-Wolves lose game one on the road, they don't win a series ever.